Let's go ahead and give it a little taste here. This is the one I really want to taste, is this one here. This is the redfish with the buffalo wing sauce on it. Ooh, that's really good. And this is the redfish with the breadcrumb and 6 cheese Italian blend crust on it. Got a good taste to it. And this is the one seasoned with the seasonal, the garlic powder, and just straight Hellmann's mayonnaise. And like I say, this is a good way to cook any kind of fish, by the way. All very good. It's kind of a toss-up, I think, between this one and this one. These two are both really good. So there you go, something different. Like I said, not the same old fried fish. Well, this is the time of the year, I guess. We've been catching some redfish. So today I'm gonna cook a redfish. I'm gonna cook it 3 different ways. So the first way is I'm gonna do all these in the air fryer. We're gonna get one of our slabs of redfish, and I'm gonna season it with some seasonal, a little bit garlic powder, and some cayenne pepper. So, like I said, this is just seasoned to taste. So, I'm gonna put a little garlic powder. I'm gonna add a little cayenne pepper to it. This is the first piece I'll prepare. This one got to be done about an hour ahead of time. And we're gonna put a little seasoning oil on it as well. I'm not gonna add any extra salt, but you can if you want. So that's pretty much it on the seasoning. Now we'll go ahead and take some flour. This is just regular all-purpose flour. A couple of tablespoons, and we're just going to kind of coat the fish in just the flour and get it kind of in all the little nooks and crannies there. And that's pretty much it on that one. I'm gonna go ahead and just take this piece and put it in the refrigerator for 1 hour. Okay, and now here's my next 2 pieces of fish. We're going to season them the identical way. I'm going to put a little seasonal, a little bit garlic powder, and a little bit cayenne pepper. And do that to both sides, of course. Yeah, or whatever you got the seasoning with, doesn't really matter. I mean, it's all good. Redfish tastes good any kind of way you season it. And that's about it. So, on one of these pieces, just kind of get all the stuff all over the edges of it and everything. All right, so we're going to coat both slabs with a little bit of mayonnaise. I like using Hellmann's, though I recently bought some stuff called Duke, which people swear by, and I'll be trying that one next. So just go ahead and coat both sides of the fish with the mayonnaise. And I'm trying to get away from so much fried food, which is kind of the way I'm doing it this way. So we do eat a lot of fried fish, don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to do it a little bit better, something not quite fried every time. Plus I got to make a video, and everybody knows how to fry fish, so thought I'd do it this way instead. Okay, so for one slab, let's say this slab here, that's how we're going to do it in the air fryer. And for this slab, we're gonna get the good side. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take equal parts of breadcrumbs. And again, I'm only doing this to one side. And I think about a tablespoon should do that one fish. Actually, we're gonna do 2 tablespoons. If I got a little extra, I just won't use it. And we're gonna use 2 tablespoons of this Italian 6 cheese blend. It got Romano, Parmesan, mozzarella, pretty much everything. Or if you just got Parmesan, you can use that. That's really what I wanted, but this is what I got, so this is what I'm using. So we're going to use about two tablespoons of that cheese as well. And that's pretty much it. We'll go ahead and blend this up real good with a fork. And whatever falls off just kind of falls off. I mean, it ain't no biggie. And we're just going to kind of coat the whole fish with the breadcrumb and cheese mixture. And that's pretty much it. And like I said, I'm kind of waiting on the 1 hour mark for the fish I got in the refrigerator. So I'm gonna put all these pieces in the refrigerator, and when we get ready to put it in the air fryer, we're gonna do all 3 at one time. Okay, so here's how I'm gonna do it. Here's the fish that I just got the mayonnaise on. And this is the fish right here that has the Parmesan. So we can go ahead and put that on our little rack next to the other fish. And we're just going to kind of take a little bit more of the cheese portion of it. Just kind of, you know, put that on top. Something like that. And then the last fish we're going to do is the fried fish. And I'm actually do this in a buffalo, like a buffalo wing sauce with a hot sauce and butter. But go ahead and I'll take a little flour. Even when you fry chicken, you always want to hit it with the flour again before you put it in a fryer, or in this case the air fryer. I'm gonna add just a little bit of more seasoning oil just to season the flour. And we're just gonna kind of coat both sides really good. This is a pretty big slab of redfish. This is probably about a 22 inch we caught. We caught a few that were 22, 23, 24. Yesterday we went, they were mostly about 16, 17. So, and for this piece, we're going to put on the bare metal so it can brown both sides. For these pieces, I'm not going to flip them. I'm not worried about the bottom side, just the top side. But being we frying this one with flour, we want it to be crispy on both sides. So I'm going to lightly brush this with a little bit of olive oil so the fish don't stick. So let me do that first. All right, I got it brushed a little bit with the olive oil, and we'll just put the fish right there on top. So that'll be redfish 3 different ways. So this one we're gonna have a wing sauce on it, hot sauce and butter. This is just Parmesan cheese or Italian cheese. In my case, I'll use a 6 cheese blend with a little bit of breadcrumbs, and this is just mayonnaise. And I season them all with seasoned oil and granulated garlic. So well, let's go ahead and put this in the air fryer. All right, we'll go ahead and put it on the middle rack. And there is a fish setting, but I think it's kind of a low 320. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm doing 400, which is my max for the air fryer. And it should take around, we'll see. We'll go 15 minutes. It's a pretty thick redfish, so I think they'll take a little while. About 10 minutes, I'll give them a check. And I may flip the one that has the flour on it, just to get a good brown on both sides. The way this air fryer works, the heating element's on top, but the air is actually being sucked up. So theoretically, it should cook both sides, you know, decently well. But I find you sometimes got to flip it. Once the flour starts to firm up on it, I'm going to take some olive oil and brush the top of it, and that should help it brown pretty quick. So we'll see what happens. Okay, as you can see, we had the 8-minute mark, and I kind of went ahead and checked one. You can kind of tell when the thermometer goes in it where it's at. I think this one here went up to about 122 or so, maybe 125, and it was going pretty slow. So right now we're at 123, so we got a little ways to go. But you can kind of see the way they're starting to turn. Okay, this is mayonnaise, this is breadcrumbs with the Italian cheese, and this is the redfish that just has the flour on it. So the flour is starting to firm up on it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is on each side of it, I'm going to lightly brush it with just plain light tasting olive oil. And this is going to help the redfish brown. So hopefully whenever everything's cooked, I have a nice brown on top of this one. You really won't be able to see it because I'm actually put this in a butter and hot sauce mix on top of it. So there you go, something like that. And basically we'll just stick this back in and we'll let it continue to go for another probably the full cook cycle. It may be a little overcooked, but I'm not really concerned about that. Like I said, I'm trying to get there around 145. I'll see. I'll probably check it again in another 5 minutes or so. So at this point, we got 3 minutes left, and that's how we look. I did check it with the thermometer, and they are done. But I'm gonna let it go the full 15 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it all the way at the top. This might be getting a little too much brown on it with the cheese, but that's okay. I'm gonna just let it continue to go. I was gonna cover it with a piece of parchment paper, but yeah, that's fine. It'll be all right. I'm gonna put it a little bit closer to the top just to kind of finish it. I want to try to get the one all the way to that side more crispy. So. Well, there you go. That's how everything looks once it's all said and done. This is the one that just had a little flour on it. Got a nice little crust that formed on it. This is the one with the 6 cheese Italian blend and the breadcrumbs. And this is the one with the mayonnaise. Gotta say, I got a nice little brown starting on it. And this right here is 1 tablespoon of hot sauce. In this particular case, I'm gonna use some Cajun Chef. And 1 tablespoon of butter, and I just melted that in the microwave. So let me go ahead and get this plated up, and I'll show you what it looks like. So there's our first fish. That's the Parmesan. I mean, that's the fried fish with the Hooters sauce on it. Here's the Italian 6 cheese blend with the breadcrumbs, and this is the redfish with the mayonnaise on it. Pretty good, you know, something different than just fried fish, you know, all the time. And you know, should be a pretty good little meal tonight. I'm actually having this with some homemade white beans with a little onion and some salt meat that I've actually made, and I have that over some white basmati rice. So it should be a pretty good meal tonight. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the thumbs up button. Thanks.